All right, good afternoon, and you're welcome to our Tuesday Live. You're welcome to the Cathedral. My name is Wendy Ologe, and I'm the founder of the Intentional Parent Academy. We are here every Tuesday sharing with parents few nuggets, things that they can learn on their journey. And this session is for everybody, the public. All right, so you can invite your friends or family. And today we're critically looking at 10 skills every parent needs to thrive in 2023. Yes, there are skills that are required. We're now parenting the Gen Zers, the Generation Alphas, and the Generation Beta, right? That's the latest generation that are being born today. Some of us have Gen Zers, some of us have Generation Alphas, while some of us have Generation Beta, all right? If you are there and you can hear me, please let me see your comment right in the comment section. Tell me where you're streaming live from. Tell me that you can hear me and tell me where. All right. If this is your first time, just put a hashtag and say first time. Can sing for you. All right. That's on a lighter note. Okay. And so today we're going to be sharing those 10 skills. All right. Please note all of the 10 skills that we're sharing with you here, we also shared it on the book, Raising Very Independent Thinking Children. And you as a parent, when you read it, you understand why you need to acquire those skills. That book will also teach you, and then you begin to also help teach your children. So the book comes as tools and then skills. All right, amazing book. I hope you have pre-ordered your copy. If you haven't, be ready to pay 5K. All right, and then we will be very glad also because we have a lot of that money need, and we'll be really, really grateful to you. Number one skill that every parent must learn in this century is failure and resilience skill. Now, I am naming all of these specifically because they are some of the skills that are struggling. All right. This does not mean that this is all there is. Okay. This does not mean that this is all there is. There is a lot, much more when it comes to skills. Okay, I'll get the admin. Somebody's asking for the book on my WhatsApp. I'll get the admin to post it now, and then every single one of us will have access. But if you look at the description of this video, right, you're going to have the details of how to actually order those books that are on pre-order. Failure and resilience skill, right? Two greatest lies, all right, true greatness does not lie in never failing. Let me say that again. True greatness doesn't lie in never failing, but in rising every time you fail. That's a quote by Oliver Goldsmith. But I say that you do not really fail when you think you have failed. You only fail when you do not know what to do with failure. When you cannot translate failure as a tool. I think the parents in the inner circle, failure as a tool. Because are your children going to fail? The answer is yes. And if you stop your children from failing, then it means that your children can never become independent thinking, because in failure, there are mistakes, there are risks and all of that. And unfortunately, many of us are, protecting our children so much. We don't want them to fail. We don't want them, and this is the skill that's required to actually build, all right? It's to actually build adversary skills. Yes, adversity. There's something called the skill of adversity, and many of our children do not know it, do not have it. And many times you see them really struggling. I can see my big sister here. Hi, Genevieve. Thank you for logging in. I see you, Molola Fufunwa. All right, so let us move. I'm going to also share another quote. I tell the parents in the inner circle that there's no lion anywhere. That there is no lion anywhere is a slogan in the inner circle. When you get in, for those who are waiting, you will understand why we say that there is no lion anywhere. All right, I like this quote by Walt Disney. He says that there are evil things. You are not doing your child a favor by trying to shield him from the realities of life. The important thing is to teach your child that good will always triumph over evil, and teach them the skills that is required. The skills that is required. If you do not teach your children the skills that are required and you protect them from now till tomorrow, then you would have a struggling system. So teach your children failure and resilience skill. No, learn how to fail positively, and learn how to be resilient. A lot of us look at failure like the end. Failure is never the end, but that's what we have turned failure to. And failure should never be looked at as the end. failure is one of the tools that I wrote in Raising Independent Thinking Child. That is one of the tools you will need for your child to think for themselves. Number two, self-learning skills. Now, I will not have the time to go into all of those self-learning skills and all of that that need to happen. Now, but self-learning skills, let me break it down for you. Increasingly today, with the surge of information, is now a greater problem managing irrelevant knowledge than acquiring knowledge. Yes, you heard me right. Managing irrelevant knowledge than acquiring knowledge. It's become a problem. People will tell me, oh, I'm going to go surf on the internet and just, what if it's it that, teaching, and then I'll just get what it is. And then the problem is managing the information, because the information out there is totally crazy. So you want to begin to pay attention to self-learning skills. Part of what self-learning skill teaches you is ability to see, all right? Ability to put things together. And how do you develop self-learning skill? You develop it being in a system and an accountable where you're acquiring meaningful knowledge, all right? When you're acquiring meaningful knowledge, the more you acquire those knowledge, then when you see the knowledge that is not okay, you are able to sieve it. Because you cannot know white and black if you've never seen white and black. You can't distinguish between the two. And that's one of the things that parents are doing today. You find them. They are constantly struggling with the ability to actually know what information is relevant and what is not. So self-learning skills, like I said, that's not what this skill is up there. Teaching it today is about. I've shared a few ways you can actually begin to learn that. But let's move, because our time is fast running. Number three, positive attitude skills. Is somebody helping us to write? All right, somebody helping us to write. I said number one is failure and resilience skills. Number two is self-learning skills. If you're not a self-learner, you will consume everything. I tell the parents in the inner circle, I say that an intentional parent follows the goal, and an intentional parent follows the crowd. When you're not learning, you're going to just be heads. That thing I said about heads mentality, mob mentality. Everywhere they say, our children need to go to school by age 4. Bam, you just carry them. That's what they said. That's what I saw online. I saw it where somebody shared the testimony that the children started school at 4 and they are doing so well. Who told you? What is the definition of doing so well? Do you really know what the definition of doing so well is? In what aspect? That your child can count 1 to 3, it doesn't really mean learning, and it's something that we need to actually pay attention to. So failure and resilience skill, self-learning skills, and number 3, I said positive attitude skills. Very important. If you're going to parent a child today, then you need to learn the skills to remain positive. There are skills. See, life is about skills. And let me also say, goodness is not a skill. It's a being. And you're good, you're good. Oh, my child is a good child. That's not a skill. And that's why you see people who are virgins, they marry and they are suffering. Just because they do not understand the skills to make simple choices. So being a virgin doesn't automatically choose a good man for you. But yet we're teaching our children, we're focused on goodness, and then we're not teaching our children the skills to be able to make the right decision. And this is one of the things I wrote, and I wrote 10 lessons from the Foolish Virgin, all right, that I shared in, that I shared in my book, Raising Independent Thinking Child. And my mom is here. Yes, and it's my parents' 42 wedding anniversary, for the record. Thank you, Mom, and congratulations to you. Yes, my mom is always at my life classes. She's like that grandma that is always learning. She'll come back and tell me, what am I supposed to do with this, my grandchild? What am I supposed to do with this other grandchild? All right. It's so amazing. Nice to have you, Mommy. All right. So positive attitude skills, and that is actually very, very, very important. Now, most parents paint a picture of gloom, a picture of hopelessness, a picture of doom as the consequence of change. Now, you come in front of your children, one of the things you tell them is that, all these things that is happening is because the world has changed. All these things are not, good. You just paint doom because you lack knowledge. I like the way Coach Ebuka says it. You run kitty kitty because of lack of knowledge. The Bible said that wisdom and knowledge shall be the stability of our times. If you do not have wisdom and knowledge, you are going to struggle. You are not going to be stable. And thank you to everyone wishing my parents a happy wedding anniversary. I appreciate you guys. Thank you. So you need to be positive. Being positive helps to overcome challenges with skills, with convictions, with foresight, and with joy. When your children, when things are changing, because the 21st century is going to change, it's going to keep changing. See, in 2023, you're going to see more things. So recently, if you live in Nigeria, the Nigerian government says we have no business teaching sex education in schools. You go home and teach your children sex education. The question I've been asking is how many parents are even equipped to even begin to do this? So they've expunged it from the curriculum. So all of those things that you're thinking, the school is really going to help us. Their school teaches all of those things. I don't need to join anywhere. You're on your own, totally on your own. Because it is actually the primary responsibility of a parent. A school should have, a factor, a fashion of it, all right, to be able to help the parents. But unfortunately, it is what it is. And maybe it will also make us to take more responsibility on this journey and also do things differently. So, my dear parents, if you do not know how to begin to have sex conversations, saying that, oh, my parents did not teach me and I turned out okay, it's not an excuse. It's not an excuse. The question I keep asking is, did you really turn out okay? And when you sit back with yourself, have you asked yourself that question? Did I really turn out okay? I will leave it here because some of these bows is reserved for parents in the inner circle. Okay, so let's get to the next one. The next skill is participative, collaborative, and compassionate. Participative, collaborative skills, and compassionate skills. You need to build it. Okay, you need to build it. You need to build it. Okay, that's something that we really, really, really need to pay attention to. Now, what does that even mean? See, the word nurtures individual talent and collective intelligence. Somebody help me write it in the comment section. The word nurtures individual talents and collective intelligence. Yes, there is a place for collective intelligence. Now, it is your responsibility to learn how to scale your collective intelligence. You need to learn how to scale it. So when you join the academy, part of what you're doing is nurturing your collective intelligence when it comes to parenting. And you see somebody's story, you see what somebody has shared, and you're able to take it. And when you have a problem, you're able to turn it around and use it. That you become more intelligent. Collective intelligent. So that's what the word nurtures. Yes, the word nurtures individual talent and collective intelligence. The question you want to ask yourself, that's why, have you heard the adage that you are a product of the how many people that is around you per time? Count the people that are around you. If those people, wherever it is that they are, that's where you will be most of the times. Because there is something called collective intelligence. Yes, that's how the world works. So if the world works on collective intelligence, where are you building your collective intelligence on parenting? Where are you building your collective intelligence? That's the question I'm asking you today. Oh, you're building it in a group where they are saying, oh, can you help me share how I want to ask a question. Hide my ID. My son has been touching somebody's thing. Please, can you help me share and let me get advice? What you're going to be getting is information. And it takes us back to what I said, because the style of information that we have today, we have a greater problem of managing irrelevant knowledge than acquiring knowledge itself. So there are a lot of irrelevant knowledge out there that you are acquiring and you actually think you're acquiring knowledge. And for you to actually be able to decipher all of that, you need to find what is even the system in this place where I'm picking out this collective intelligence. Collective intelligence is a big deal. Time will not permit me to share on this. Part of our curriculum has collective intelligence, how to scale it in the inner circle this year. When this, it will help you build your child's collective intelligence as well. And also makes you to take away the overprotectiveness you have over your child and begin to teach your child to build social skills. Now, you build collective intelligence by building social skills. And that's why one of the very key things for us in the academy is building your social skills. Building the social roadmap for your Gen Z. All right? You're not going to find it anywhere online. Don't bother. They are not those kind of courses. The courses in the inner circle are predestined and brought from heaven. Okay? So, and when you learn that, you begin to learn yourself how you can begin to learn on this collective intelligence, and then you will now learn to teach your child how to do that, because it's a key aspect of thriving in the 21st century. The next one is skills to understand, manage, accept, and work with change. Skills to understand, manage, accept, and work with change. Do you have the skills to understand, to manage, to accept, and work with change? We're very averse to learning because of the way we were raised. Many of us were raised to read book and just pass. I have so many people who have read nothing since they left school. That's not learning. You came out tops of your class, yet you have not opened anything. You didn't learn now. You were not learning. You were cramming to pass exams. They are not the same thing. They're not the same thing. So learning is totally different. Okay? Learning is totally different. And if you must learn, then you need to now begin to accept some of those things, or understand it, accept it. Now, it's not like you're going to accept everything you see. No, that's why the first skill is now important. Even when you're not, you're going to put into consideration that change is there. For instance, in the next 20, 30 years, we're going to have more gay parents than we have ever had in the world. I think it's even put at about 30 to 50%, and that's in 30 years. Yes, you might not, approve of it, just like I don't. But then again, are you going to just be saying, oh, God forbid, oh, it's not my portion, it's not my portion? How prepared are you? Because God forbid is not a parenting plan and will never be. So don't even bother with it. All right? So you need to learn the skills to understand, manage, accept, and work with change. Because the 21st century is marked with very fast changes. My mentor would say that the 21st century, said that 21st century is a place where the knowledge is running fast, furious, and very fast. Very fast. Before you know it, you wake up, something have changed. Before you know it, and if you are not in a community, you will get confused. See, today somebody will post and say, this is what they need to do. Oh, the next day, you just get overwhelmed because you do not even know how to apply all of this. Now, so which has defined our society. Now, the social management, the change is one of the most critical skills parents must learn so that your children don't miss out. If you do not understand how to manage, accept, and work with change, you're going to be having your children, forcing them to go and read, medicine when they can do something else, or when they have found, something in another thing, or when they can even read that medicine with another, kind of system, because there is a lot of change. The jobs that are available today were not available when we were actually growing up. Check it. They were not available. So 10 years to come, you're raising your child to go and work in a hospital. Are you sure that the changes we're going to have at that time will actually avail your child the opportunity to have? Because right now they are creating robots that will be more precise in medicine than a human being. So what would be the fate of that? So you need to understand now the human being is very important, but you need to understand how the world is changing so that you will be able to key into that change in a way that actually helps your child, also. Today, public speaking has been rated one of the most crucial skills every human being on earth should learn in the next 20, 30 years. So it's been said that if you do not have public skills, whether you're a doctor, you're an engineer, you're going to run into trouble. Because at that time, that's where the human interaction is going to be going. And that's how the work system is going to be going. Transfers of knowledge and all of that. It is an era of knowledge. Wake up. So you need to, when you're teaching your children how to make hair or whatever it is that you're teaching your child, teach them how to actually use that knowledge. This is actually very important to me. So you must understand, manage, accept, and work with changes. But the problem is we don't even know. A lot of things are going to become totally obsolete. That's the truth. A lot of things we're doing, but parents are still stuck up. You're stuck up because you're not in a learning environment. A learning environment changes the way you think about everything you can imagine. It changes you. It changes, how. So that's what collective intelligence is about. Do you know that you can ride on collective intelligence to become? You ride on it to become and to learn all of these changes that we're talking about. Because trust me, believe you me, you can't do this on your own. It's so it's so much. You will see the brain of a 92-year-old man on the internet, and you're supposed to read them in 2 days, and that, of course, that's a lot for you. Yes, is it there? Yes, you read it, and hey, then what else? How do you now translate this thing? So collective intelligence is one of the key factors. Community. If you look at what Facebook is doing there, they're making emphasis on, collective intelligence. If you really go to look at their AI system, you need to understand how these things work, and that is actually going to really help you on your journey. The next one you need to learn is emotional intelligence. We cannot overemphasize this. All right. The focus today is shifting from IQ to EQ. If you're parenting, you do not have emotional intelligence, the road will leave you. You see all those things that you tell your children, all these things that I'm saying, can't you hear me? In our time, some of us are even culturally unintelligent. Emotional intelligence, cultural intelligence, social intelligence. Some of us are culturally unintelligent. That's why you say things like, oh, during my time, I can never ever do this kind of thing. Your time? Are you kidding me? Your time is gone. If you're going to refer to your time, it's going to be in conversations that you guys are having. It can never be as a tool of, oh, I need to bring my time to this time, so that you use it to actually be able to present this template. Then you're being unfair. You're being mean when you're not learning about what is happening in these times. And that's why the Bible recorded that the sons of Issachar understood the times. There's an understanding of the times. And if you do not understand these changes, you'll be left behind. This morning, I was on my intentional parenting journey with I hope everybody catches replay of that My Intentional Parenting Journey series. We'll be doing it every 8 a.m. We interviewed Grandma Diana Smith, all the way from Trinidad and Tobago. She's a parent in the inner circle. And one of the things that she said today that struck me is that if I stop learning, Coach Wendy, if I stop learning, by the way, I like the way she calls my name, Coach Wendy. So if I stop learning, and that means I'm going to be left behind. So I'm going to just become that grandma that have no relevance. I'm going to become that grandma that can, offer nothing. But today, I am in the inner circle learning because I want to leave a legacy. Because I want my children, when I leave, there's something that they are going to actually replicate. Because when my children take a look at me, I want them to be learning something. I want them to be proud of me and not the other way around. That was an inspiring session this morning. Quite inspiring. I have never seen, a parent inspire and that. Of course, she's a grandma, and she shared something. She said, I've never hit we don't hit our two-year-old grandchild. All right, yes. We don't hit our 2-year-old but whether their parents, myself, because we're learning and we're doing something differently. Okay, because we're doing something differently, and that's one thing that is very, very, very important for me. And that struck me. What are you doing differently? What else are you doing about who your child is, what the child is doing? Or are you still saying, that's the way I did it? She said, I cannot use the way I did it because the times have changed. She's someone who understands these 10 skills that we're talking about. Now, creativity, engagement, and innovative skills. Creativity, engagement, and innovative skills. This includes taking risks. This includes making mistakes. You would need to help your children, and you need to learn how to become creative with your disciplinary strategy, engaging with your children, being innovative, because parenting today is about innovation. You cannot just keep doing whatever it is that you're doing and you expect a different result. No, your children are going to be looking at you and saying, this woman does not even know anything. So you need to understand creativity skills, hone your creativity skills, hone your engagement and involvement skills. A lot of people come to me and they say, I can't really engage. I'm not really talking with people. I don't really like to think about new things. I just do it my way and just be going and all of that. You are missing. And you're going to be in trouble in 2023 because the new wave of innovation in 2023 is something else. I'm going to be sharing a bit of that too with the parents in the inner circle. There's a lot of changes coming in 2023 and we haven't even seen any of those. And these changes, I will be sharing with them how these changes would affect their parenting journey. So for everything I see, I read, I go back. How does this affect the family? I started sharing how the Japa syndrome is affecting the family today. How is this are the decisions we're making? How is it affecting the family? Until we begin to look at the root, we're going to continue to run around. The next one is observation, facilitation, and empowerment skills. Observation, facilitation, and empowerment skills. Many of us do not have the skill because all we knew was most. We can't observe, we cannot facilitate what we have observed, and we cannot empower. Instead, we react, We react, we disempower. We react and we disempower. Many of our children are disempowered, and many of the times we are disempowering because we cannot facilitate, because we lack the knowledge. For instance, when I was in the book, Sex Educate Your Child Like a Pro, and I also shared that at the webinar, I said that teaching your children sex, penis and vagina as private part, nobody's private part, and then the other part is public part. You actually do your children a disservice. The reason is simple: you disempower them, because when the other people touch them in places that are not those organs, because sex itself doesn't start with those organs, and that's where we miss it. So you disempower your children for your lack of knowledge, unfortunately. So you lack knowledge, you don't know what to teach them, and then you're stuck there. Your role as a parent is to facilitate growth on all angles. Unfortunately, the only growth you don't have to do much is the biological growth. All you need is to provide food. But every other growth, you need knowledge. Even the biological growth, now you need knowledge. Because I see a lot of the children, their nutrition is so bad. So bad, they are feeding their children with all sorts. Don't even kid yourself. If you have your children, obese, overweight, and all of that, go and do something about it. It's not a good thing. In the hospitals, my brother is in the hospital. This morning we were talking about, he said he was at the hospital, and, he saw children, all manner of things, kidney failure, from all manner of things, including the cream that you're rubbing on your children. Yes, that's even another conversation for another day. You're rubbing your children bleaching cream, you're killing your child. I don't even know who is teaching you all of that. You just want your child to be fair. Who told you that fair people are finer? I don't even understand some of these things. That's a self-esteem issue. You need to deal with yourself. And that's why I say that parenting it's a parenting problem. Parenting is about you, not about your child. Parenting is about you, not about your child. Everything you do, you must learn to take responsibility for your journey. All right. Your role as a parent is to facilitate growth. All right. It's to facilitate growth. And this is usually done by observing. You cannot facilitate growth by buzzwords. You're jumping from one corner, you're putting yourself everywhere. You can't. That's not how to facilitate growth. You do it by observing. Number two, you do it by mentoring. You mentor. Grandma Diana Smith this morning said that mentorship was a role she took. She said, Wendy, when your husband talked about the Marital Academy, my husband and I joined the academy because we wanted to model good marriage to our children, even in old age. Even though we have made mistakes, we wanted to do something different and leave a legacy. So you need to begin to understand that when it comes to mentoring, all right, and modeling, this is very, very key. You can't mentor without modeling. All right, this is a tool for observation, facilitation, and empowerment. Then positive environment for knowledge. What does this mean? Positive environment for knowledge. This means using failure as a tool. I once tweeted that we teach failure as a tool in my house. Somebody wrote one episode. You sound very foolish when you do not know. Wrote one episode how God does not accept failure. God does not want us to fail. And then, of course, some of us don't even know the Bible we are quoting. Go and read your Bible. Do you know how many times people like Joseph, Moses had to fail to become? We say, it's a lie. The children of God don't fail. Are you guys kidding me? Okay, let me not go there again. So let me not push that. Using failure as tools, and that's part of what it is that we teach. Yes, your child is going to fail. You are going to fail. When you do, what will you do? That's the question. When you fail, what will you do? Kill yourself, jump all around. When you fail, failure as a tool. Number two is nurturing their skills and abilities. You need to watch, you need to observe. When you observe, you are able to facilitate. Then you acquire knowledge to be able to facilitate, and then you empower those skills. The next thing is that you need to provide moral support in times of crisis. The times of crisis is when your child needs support the most. When my children have issues, that's the period when my husband and I shut down. And we tell ourselves, babe, it's like this thing that happened. We have not done it well. Let's go back to this particular tool. Where did we miss it? And then we sit down with ourselves and we ask ourselves questions and we take responsibility. All this blaming child, after all, your brothers are doing well. You are not the one. Oh, what's wrong with you? Blah, blah, blah. She's not going to pay you. Or because if you are going to be empowering, they are going to be providing moral support in times of crisis. Do you bail out your child? No, but you will be there supporting your child. Comforting your child in low times. When your child is low, there's something that we say in my home, that the angry person is the one that needs love the most. We also say that in the academy a lot. The angry person is the one that needs love the most. But when someone is angry in most of our homes, we are the one, we are shouting, we're screaming, come on. And then this person is struggling and struggling and struggling. And then acting as a torchbearer in their road to fulfilling purpose. Acting as a torchbearer in their road to fulfill purpose. You are a torchbearer. You are a guardian. You are the one that God has called to actually, fulfill the peace that He wants you to fulfill with the life of your child. And that's why you don't own your child. And if you understand that, then you understand that it's you doing the work of God when you're parenting. And you don't even know it, better know it today. All right. So the next skills that you need to get is discipline skills. Many of us cannot discipline our children. We don't have the skills. If you do not learn discipline skills, the down part is that the times in which we are now, when you do discipline wrongly, your children are going to find people who will, bear them up in the wrong way outside, because the devils we're dealing with is much more than you can imagine. I don't know about you, but I recognize that that's a very key aspect. That's not number 7. That's number 8 for your information, Adeleke. All right, discipline skills, very, very important. And I'm not going to say much about discipline skills. If you're in the inner circle, you've already read the book. This is the discipline that works. This is going to help you. This is connect to correct. This is going to help you. If you're a yeller, get yourself out of that yelling system. I don't know if from yelling to calm is here. I can't find it. Get yourself out of that yelling system, because it's not going to help you. Go and learn how to discipline appropriately. Do not even begin to, think about it and say it's your child. No. All of these skills that I'm sharing with you is detailed in the book, Raising the Independent Thinking Child, and you would love to read that book. That book is so sweet. The next one is connection skills. You need to learn to connect. A child you don't connect with today, you can never connect with them tomorrow. Your child you need to connect with them. You need to pay attention to connection. And that's why in the inner circle, we don't leave connection to chance. We create what we call the connection tool. And parents will tell you that the connection tools are good. We use it to, in trickles, get into the heart of our children, and it works wonders. If you're not yet in the inner circle, this is your opportunity. We start the next cohort on the 1st of December, and after that, we shut the door. All right? And then the last one is spiritual skills. It's not the last, it's not the least. Now, when I talk about spiritual skills, I'm not talking about going to church. Forgive me. I'm not one of those people that, I'm not talking about going to church. Going to church is good. Being in the midst of brethren is good. But there is much more to spiritual learning. A lot of us are not learning these skills. And that's why we are just everywhere. They say, oh, this is where it's happening. Oh, you go there. So in level 2, 3, 4, we're doing spiritual skills as a common topic. I am looking forward particularly. There's something called spiritual temperament. If you don't understand it, you won't even know how to connect with God. You will just be there, thinking that, oh, I can't really hear from God. It's because, first of all, you don't know how to connect with God. There's a connection with God for every human being. And that's why that there are different, prophets and how it is that they operated. We're going to be going deep into the spiritual skills right, in that curriculum. Amazing. And we're going to be reading the book Spiritual Intelligence. Amazing book. Some of us have not been able to develop that skills because we don't even know what it is about. We just think that once you are born again, and that's not spiritual skills. Being born again is good. Please don't misquote me. I'm born again too. Before you run off and you say that coach said that being born again is wrong. Lie, of course you know. All right, so don't run off with that. Don't run off with all of these tips and hacks. Please pay attention to what it is that is required on your journey. Spiritual skills are key. They are so key. I'm looking forward particularly to learning favor as a skill and all of the things, spiritual skills, all of the things, that we talk about misinterpreted and all the things that we really need to pay attention to. I am really looking forward to taking parents in the inner circle to learn so much, coming in this coming curriculum. And if you're here listening to me, you want to order those books, all right, please can you share again? You want to order those books, okay? Raising Independent Thinking Child, Love Your Child More, How to Love Your Child More, Okay, 30 days of practicality, and also how sex educate your child like a pro volume 2. You cannot read my book and remain the same. We have other books, all my books. If you're buying everything together, you get to pay 40 to 500 or so. All right, so that's what that's what it is that you get. But you can reach out to the team. Our number is right under this scrolling. And if you want to join the inner circle, you have heard the testimonies. You can listen to my intentional parenting journey playlist on our YouTube channel, and you will see people, real people, sharing their journey on how the intentional parenting journey have actually, impacted their lives. I am humbled, completely humbled, anytime I read all of the things that parents share on that journey. And I'm like, wow, how did this happen? But you know what? I'm not surprised that these things are happening, because I know that I was sent to a time like this. I know it. And if you are in the inner circle, I'm sure when I say this, you will see, you understand it. You will not see it as bragging. Yes, I'm sure you will. Okay, so if you want to get the books, all right, the 3-in-1 books, the details are right on the screen. You can also screenshot and then make payment. Please, the book pre-order, this is pre-order. The books are going to be available on the 30th of November. And as usual, you'll be able to pick up copies in our pickup point. That's how we operate. And hey, making payment into our account, we're not fraudulent, we're not running away. In fact, I want you to get the book more than you want to get the book yourself. Trust me. And that's actually very key for me. By the way, if you have questions, we have a bit of time. I said I was running, but if you have questions, please put it right in the comment section so that I can answer your questions today. Okay, so just ask me questions on what it is that we have discussed. And please, of course, you understand that these classes are tips and hacks. There is no one class that is going to deliver to you what it is, the process it is you need to actually be able to help your child when it comes to parenting intentionally. So 9,500. This is only for. There are also perks that come with pre-ordering our books. They're like 5 different perks. You're going to get the workbook free. One of the workbooks, you get it free. It's worth 5,000 naira. You get a webinar. You get, there are too many things you get. But as soon as we've actually hit over 1,000, and the team said we should leave it at a 1,500. As soon as we hit that number, we'll shut it down. And trust me, I do not think that we're anything far from it. Maybe 100 copies. You want to make pre-order now and get it. And after we close pre-order, we're closing pre-order on the 29th of November. You pay 15K for the 3 books instead of 9,500. The difference is so clear. So of course the choice is yours also, and you can take those choices. Thank you so much, everybody. If you want to book a session in the inner circle, want to book for the cohort in the inner circle, see this. The fee scrolling down is 70,000 naira per year. All right. Pope level 1 others are also involved in learning spiritual skills. Sarah, I will be coming down. Calm down. Be coming down. Okay, so if you want to, the team have also put a lot of details of the things that you want to share. You will see them favorited, and you will see all of the details for you to use and make your booking or buy your book. All right, 70,000 naira divided by 12. I'm doing this math every day. It's less than 6K per month. So it's your choice to pay attention to your parenting today, and tell yourself that yes, I can actually do this and do this well. I do not think I have more questions, and I want to go. Yes, I need to go. Actually, I need to go urgently. So forgive me. I need to really run. Thank you so much for joining me today. It's been an amazing time with you, and see you again on Tuesday. No, see you tomorrow at 8 a.m., where we are going to be talking with a parent all the way from Canada, sharing with us her journey in the intentional parenting. Somebody said, are the 3-in-1 book part of the whole package of the books, or they are new books? So the whole package of the book that you're buying, if you're entering the inner circle, is part of it, please. It's part of it. If you already paid for the whole package, then you don't need to pay anymore, okay? You do not need to pay anymore. Thank you, mommy. I see my friend's mom here. So my mom is here. My friend's mom is here. Oh, I must be very powerful, leading these grandmas, to be out there. Thank you so much, Ma. I see you. Thank you for joining me. All right, thank you. I see plenty grandmas. Thank you, grandmas doing intentional parenting. All right, thank you, mommy. Thank you so much, Faith. Thank you, Akolo. Thank you, Omolola. Thank you, Dr. Happiness. Dr. Happiness, we're going to be having Dr. Happiness and her husband on Friday. Share my intentional parenting journey. Amazing couple. I like to hear their journey. Thank you, Nancy. Thank you, Gold, Mama of Triplet. She shared her journey. You want to go and listen to Gold, why she actually, started her journey and how it's been so, easy. Thank you, Auntie Etima of Life. See, Auntie Etima. Auntie Etima is a trained coach. For the records, those have been asking me about Girls Hub. See, Auntie Etima, Girls Hub starts in January. You have girls, take them to the Girls Hub, just like Coach Ebuka Leadership Academy. Please, I forgot to mention, please take your girls to the Girls Hub and let them also go and learn. A parent who is coming newly just chatted me and said, Coach, as I'm learning, I want my children to be learning. Please come and recommend an academy. So the Responsible Teens Academy is flagging off the Girls Hub. I look forward to having this Girls Hub, and I look forward to also be part of the process of hearing gist, all right, in the Girls Hub. Thank you so much, Auntie Etima. Auntie Etima is also an inner circle parent. She has also shared her journey. You want to also look at that. Thank you, Tilwater and Doka. Thank you, Adeleke. Thank you, Iyabo. Thank you, Adeninka. Thank you, Joy Dennis. Somebody say, how much is the inner circle with all the books and the trainings? Okay, the inner circle is 70,000 naira. The books you'll be needing for the year, from our own end, is 42. Yeah, how much are they, Augustine? Okay. So the books, and you do 112, and then that's the complete set with the inner circle program and the book. So you can send us a chat, and we'll send you all of that details. See you tomorrow morning, Titi Layo. Thank you, Coach. Me too. I'm a girl. I'm going. Omolola, stop this thing. I told that that I'm a girl. I want to go and register in the girl hub because I really want to know what happens in that girl hub. It's like, many of us are looking for Amebo, and the team, I hope we are welcome. We will go come for girls hub, right? And Coach Omolola is here. If you have any special needs child, Coach Omolola is awesome with what she does. All right. John Lawal say, is the training every day? No, the training is not every day. You just get tools, a calendar that you're going to use to actually do the stuff that you need to do. Okay. And you will get, we have master classes every month. We'll have, sometimes we do classes, for you to explain the tools in the week, but you get the tools, you get the tools to work with. All right. So every day you have a calendar, you have something to do. 5 to 10 minutes of your time would actually get that. All right. And the team has said, no, I beg, calm down. We are coming. All right, join Lawal. If you want more questions, sir, please, you can send us a chat. We will be very, very grateful. You mother should face front. Walk in the yard is not beans. Walk in the yard is not beans. So, and the Tima is called, she calls herself the matric number 001 in the inner circle. Trust me. You want to work your child with. So, Auntie Tima is my daughter's personal mentor. All right. So, of course, that's somebody that we really truly appreciate. We don't take for granted. And I believe in mentorship a lot. So my children started going through mentorship as early as possible. And Adetima is one of my parenting partners. So yes, I don't have a girl child, but I love to hear Adetima. All right, so you're here. Anita Effion, somebody already asked that question. So please reach out to us. I think it's 112. All right, the books and the inner circle fee, which is 70,000. You can pay at once. It's good, and then you get all your packages. Thank you so much, everybody, for being here. And you, by the way, you can buy your books as you are coming in, right? As you're going. So you buy. All you need to do is to have the book before the month that we're reading. It's very important. Coach, you are always appreciated from Canada. Hey, Lizzie Umezeze. These are yadas that started with me. These yadas are family. All right, I get into a city, a country, and these are yadas that will be saying, Coach, we are here for you, and all of that. Thank you so much, Lizzie. Thank you. And my shout out to Pastor. Thank you, guys. And everybody who haven't written anything. Thank you, Oluwatoyin. Thank you, Anita. Thank you, Titilayo. I really, really, really do appreciate you guys coming on here every Tuesday at 2 p.m. I enjoy my time here. because I love talking about parenting. See you again tomorrow at 8 a.m. and see you also. If I buy book, how do I get in England? Just buy on Amazon. Put Wendy Ologe and you find me on Amazon. I am the only Wendy Ologe. There is no other person. Just put Wendy Ologe. All my books will pop up and you'll be able to buy whatever it is you want to buy. So just buy on Amazon. All our books are there. Apart from the new ones that are being pre-ordered, and we will get them on Amazon soon as well in the next 2 weeks or so. Once we finish working on the books and putting them together. So Jennifer, I hope that works for you. Except you want to buy from Nigeria and get somebody to pick up for you and bring, but I don't think the hassle is worth it. Okay, so this is me signing out for the day, and do have an amazing time. Have more questions, please chat our team and have all of the access. Thank you and do have a good day.